Well, hi. Today is Wednesday, March 19th, 2025. I'm Todd Studer, and this is Morning Coffee. All right, let me flash back to my radio days and see how well I can do this. From the National Weather Service, we are currently under a blizzard warning, and this is expected to be in place until 10 o'clock tonight. Travel will be very difficult to impossible. Widespread blowing snow significantly reducing visibility to below a quarter mile at times. Hazardous conditions will impact Wednesday morning and evening commutes. So, moral of that story, if you don't have to go anywhere, don't go anywhere. With heavy winds and lots of snow and all of the goings on. Yeah, you get it. So, what do you think? Can I still do it? I don't want to. Coming up in just a bit, I took advantage of the weather yesterday. I went and had lunch with author Carol Horner. You know, we talk about her. She wrote the book, Spiral of Accountability. And we stopped at Barley's on the 100 block in Council Bluffs and had lunch. And we got to talking about it and thought, you know what? Why don't we just shoot an interview? So we went outside in what was a very nice day yesterday in the sunshine and talked for a bit about her company, Synchronicity, about the book, Spiral of Accountability, and just got into all kinds of great things. So, and we even did a review on Barley's. We've talked to you about that. Thanks to Bryce at GLI Insurance Group for bringing that to life. And we did a review of the food that we had at Barley's. And so that is coming up soon. We didn't actually shoot the video inside, so we'd already eaten, but we still talked about what we ate. So that is on the way. You know, speaking of GLI Insurance, they can bring you comprehensive insurance coverage with a personal touch. GLI Insurance Group has been serving the Crescent area and beyond for over a decade, offering tailored policies to fit your unique needs. Whether it's homeowners insurance to protect your property and possessions or auto insurance for all your vehicles, including boats and ATVs, they've got you covered. A locally owned and independent agency, they take pride in exceptional service and competitive rates. Contact Bryce Taylor, your local independent agent, at gliinsurancegroupinc.com for your free quote today. Also, technology should work for you, not against you. And at ThinkSpace IT, they provide expert IT solutions to keep your business running smoothly and securely. From cybersecurity and cloud services to network management and tech support, they simplify IT so you can focus on what matters most. Stay protected, stay connected, stay ahead. Visit ThinkSpaceIT.com. That is ThinkSpace IT, technology simplified. Well, this is a little bit of a different look. This is sitting outside. We're actually in front of Barley's right now on the 100 block in downtown Council Bluffs. And this is Carol Horner with Synchronicity and author of the book, Spiral of Accountability. And we decided that after lunch, why don't we just shoot some video and sit out here and enjoying a drink. And we're going to, by the way, we're going to call this shot before.
Okay.
Because by the time this airs, I have a feeling that the weather's going to be a little different.
Oh yeah. So I'm gonna sit out, you know, in the afternoon on a Tuesday, and tomorrow we'll be snowed in.
Yes, that seems to be. Wednesdays just seem to be our days.
Welcome to the Midwest
exactly.
And the crazy weather.
But it's been. It has been one of those kind of springs. As we got a lot of noise going by, but that's part of the fun about sitting out here on the 100 block and just watching all the traffic go by on a Tuesday afternoon. What's new happening in your business right now with Synchronicity?
Well, I know you started a new food thing, and I just want to say that the fish tacos at Barley's is blackened fish tacos.
Oh, that's the monthly special.
Definitely
for
want
March,
to get
right?
that. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's only. Well, they'll change the specials out every month at Barley's.
So.
And I had the Greek salad, which I'm a huge fan of here, and we also, although neither one of us had it, we mutually agreed that the cauliflower crust pizza here is. I think it's better than some regular crust pizza that I've had. I think it's that good.
I agree.
It is just a phenomenal pizza. So
I agree.
Stop on out to Barley's. It's one of my favorite places here on the 100 block. But anyway, so
what's new?
What's new with Synchronicity?
Oh, well, this week the focus is on some upcoming work I'll be doing. I get the real excitement of presenting Friday to the Young Professionals Summit, the YP Summit, put on by the Omaha Chamber of Commerce.
So is it just for an Omaha area then? Is that who's going to be there?
It's a regional thing. They actually pull from a variety of states.
Okay.
It is the largest YP summit in the entire Midwest, and and there's it's a fabulous event, and I'm just excited that they wanted to hear from a 60-year-old. So I'm going to present on the spiral of accountability there. So I'm working on that right now, getting that all, because I have to have a PowerPoint and those kinds of things, and I'll always put that off to the last second. I know what I'm going to say. I know what I'm going to talk about, because what I find with the whole reason why I even put this in and applied to speak was what I see out of young professionals, and that is they sell themselves short and they let others sell them short, and that's just not kosher, not okay. They're an incredible resource and a thoughtful, smart bunch of people, and they need experience, yes, they need more, don't we all? But to be just sold short because of age, not okay. So I really want to work with them and focus on, what are some of the things that create those fog experiences, and cause them to spiral down a bit when it comes to their own self-confidence and the whole, imposter syndrome thing, and who am I, what causes some of that, and how to spiral up and get themselves out of it, and how to do that for each other. One of the things that I think is most important at any age, but definitely as younger professionals, is to have a solid network of support that's genuine, that's real, that truly has your back. So that's what I'm gonna talk to them about.
You mentioned the imposter syndrome. I'm 56. I deal with it. So that's and I can also but along with what you're saying, it was a lot worse when I was younger.
Yeah.
I really dealt with it back then. So I can understand that. And here, in Council Bluffs, we have, is it Impact CB?
Yeah.
It's and that's a tremendous organization.
Yeah,
And
I have some fun experience with them, actually, so when they were first created back in your door's locked. No. When they were first created back in, early 2000s, mid 2000s, I think, they were just coming together, and I facilitated their kind of like, who are we and what are we going to be about, and some strategies to grow the group and such. And then about 10 years after that, I did it again. And then about 10 years after that, I did it again. And so I've been a big fan of Impact CB and those young professionals. And what's really super cool about all of it is that, here I am supposed to be the experienced one, passing on my wisdom. I walk away having learned so much. And, it's real important to me to have young people in my tight circle for perspective and just their wisdom. And I value it a great, great deal. And so this is just a great chance for me to give back to them.
it used to be a joke back when you and I were younger that this was well before smartphones or anything else, that you needed a young person to be able to set the clock on the VCR. If you think about it, the young people will continue as I'm pretty sure that car's locked down. Technology, the young people are always leading the edge with technology, and they're always leading the way, and they're the first ones to figure out a new way of doing things. And the rest of us are then playing catch up along with that. So you talk about the need for young people, whether it's Impact CB here in Council Bluffs or whether it's what's going on in Omaha. It sounds a very cliche about saying they're the future, but they truly are, because once you and I are done and we're retired, it's their show. Mm-hmm. And they have to be ready, and you don't get ready for something by standing on the outside watching someone else do it.
No. And, part of, if I can just go there for a minute about why they seem to be catching on so much faster and all that, is that they're not clouded as much yet with this is the way we've always done this. And I figured this out. Our own self-doubts when it comes to technology. I mean, how many people, I'm older than you, but how many people say, oh, well, I'm not good at technology. That is a spiral down statement. First of all, because it's an absolute statement and it's not true. And and it stops our curiosity, right? The spiral up piece of this is, can I get curious and go, you know what, I don't understand this yet, but I've understood things before. Yeah. How do I go about learning more? And maybe who can help me learn more? But being open to moving with it, and getting better at it, engaging with our, with AI, and those kinds of things are. If we are open, we are just as capable of grasping as younger people are. But we have, over time, we've learned our ways, and we get more and more stuck saying we can't change them when actually we can.
Well, because we like the status quo a lot more than we should. And it's fluid. It's always changing because it always has changed.
Boy, I hope so.
And it seems like every generation, the general consensus thinks that their way is the best way and it's the way it always should have been. But trust me, these young people that you're going to talk to on Friday, in 30 years, are going to be saying the same thing about the next group coming up.
I always like, there's two things that are always said about the generation before you, and that is that they have no respect for their elders, and they have no work ethic. Every generation has said that by the generation that follows them.
And they have horrible taste in music.
Well, yeah, except for
that
X.
part's true.
Well, Gen X, we have the best music. Yeah. That I will say. But the point being that we made them.
Yeah.
And so, I look at people and they complain about young people. These young professionals, this, that, and the other thing. We made them. Hello. Where do you think they learn this stuff?
Right.
If you think that they're lacking independence and inability to take, venture out, or need to have more hand-holding or more praise or more whatever, why is that? Is that not what they received as kids? Did we decide after, my generation with zero feedback, do we get too much feedback, and too much praise and too much this, or, we made that. And part of what we have to understand too is that we cannot treat any generation like a monolith, that it's the only thing. Like I've had one experience with one person who's 26 and all 26-year-olds are this way, because that's just not the case. They are a collection of identities just like we are, just like I am a collection of identities. And it's how those identities get put together that make me my unique human being. Same thing for each one of them. And to say this generation is all this way, because I don't want it said about me. I sit on the line between Boomer and Xer at 60, and I identify with all the generations. There's aspects of every generational theory thing that I identify. I love new technology. I get really curious about it. I think it's fun to have all the new gadgets. I'm dying to get a new computer right now. And because I'm like, I don't really need a new computer just yet, but it's so close. They got AI being built into it now. I want all this stuff, right? I'm curious about all this stuff. So, understanding that everybody is unique, we need to look at our young people the same way. And that is one generation that just gets clumped as the same. The opposite's also true. When we go up in age, and we look at boomers, we want to clump them all the same. They are not the same.
That's very true.
Not the same.
That's very true. You talk about AI. I'm going to give you a little peek behind the curtain here, and this has directly to do with you, because you know that on this show, Morning Coffee, I do. There's some ads that go along with that, and we talk about different businesses that are part of the sponsorships. And I wanted something new to be able to say about your book, Spiral of Accountability.
Oh.
So I went to ChatGPT. And I said, write me a 30-second ad about the book Spiral of Accountability. And it kicked something back that sounded very generic. It didn't sound like it had anything truly to do with your book. It was just talking about in generic terms of an inspiring book to read. So then I put use spiralofaccountability.com as a source. So I just typed that in afterwards, and it kicked something out, and I said, there it is. And I had to make some adjustments because it writes like a computer. It doesn't write like a person.
No.
But it put some things together in a way that, here's some new facts and new things that it pulled out from your website that obviously meant something because you built your website, so it's there for a reason, and it put it together in a different way. And like I said, with some adjustments, now I had something new to be able to work with. So AI is a tool, just like anything else. It's not ever gonna take over our lives. That's just not gonna happen.
It only knows the information that it's given. And when I first wrote the book, I put a PDF of the book into ChatGPT, and I said, summarize this book. And it was still pulling accountability thinking, transactional accountability thinking from all these other sources and applying it inside my book. And so it didn't summarize my book well at all.
Okay.
And because it still wanted to look at accountability as this transactional process, which it exists as that, getting things done on time with quality, right? It's a transactional process. The spiral of accountability takes the next step up, which is our accountability to relationship, our accountability to problem solving and thinking and processing and working together, right? It's that accountability.
Right.
It's the how we go about the transactional stuff. But they still want to look at accountability as doing things on time with quality. And I look at the spiral of accountability, I look at accountability from the perspective of, can I look at something with a level of curiosity and consider that there's more to the story than I know? Can I explore that and learn from that and ask questions? And then can I take responsibility for what I've learned and then go pursue solutions through collaboration, because that's how we get things done.
Right.
We solve problems together, we don't do it alone. And how do we go about going through that process? Challenging our thinking, challenging our assumptions, challenging others' assumptions, challenging systems. That's the accountability that I'm referencing, which is a different plane than the static, you're gonna stop at that stoplight, aren't you? That's an accountability, but that's transactional accountability.
I spent a lot of my life in that particular mode, thinking that, well, if someone is talking to me this way, why should I have to talk to them in any different way? Well, the reason that I should is because I'm aware of it. Mm-hmm. And if I'm aware of it, then it's on me to be able to initiate that. Because, if I'm coming at somebody just regurgitating my point over and over and over again and getting more forceful about it, the only thing that I'm accomplishing is I can get like-minded people to pat me on the back, but I'm not going to, no change is going to come from that, and I'm not going to convince anybody of anything because people don't respond to that.
No. And and this is the work I'm doing right now, and what the second book will be about. Hopefully at the end of this year, if I can get the work done, it'll be at the end of this year, and that is really about that process of understanding how do I bridge this divide, right? That we have in our society, and how do I go about that? How do I just see the other human being that may look at things very, very differently than me, know that they got there their own way, through their own experiences, right? Just like I got somewhere on mine, and I need to seek to understand who and what and how they are before I ever think of trying to influence or change or move them. And that should never be my motivation. If I understand better, I can come at them from a place of heart, right? Of caring and love even for a fellow human being. Can I do that, and can I interact in that way? And knowing that it serves me. Because nothing will get me more riled up than when I get riled up. and then I'm like, whee, off I go, and I'm, and it's just, it doesn't even do me any good. And so learning how do I take a breath and not lose my warrior, not lose my interest in advocating or being an ally or defending and exercising my values. Without losing that, can I have this conversation from a place of bridge, creating bridges instead of greater divides? I can push people away, that's easy. How do I pull them in so that we can have a challenging conversation in a civil way where neither of us lose our humanity? Maybe we get to some common ground, maybe we don't. But we don't walk away hating the other. We just realize we're just in very different places.
Right.
And can we explore it further the next time we come together, because this one wasn't painful.
This is why I enjoy talking to you so much, Carol, because, and you're very well aware, because I say it on this show all the time, that if you're looking for negativity, you got plenty of outlets, and I don't want this to be a part of that. This is designed to put a spotlight and showcase the positive, and also acknowledge that there are things that need to be fixed, but there is a better way of going about it than by swinging a ball bat and just clearing house, because people don't respond to that, and we've lost it. I'm hoping that it comes back, but it's going to take a while.
And it's going to be in our one-on-one conversations and in our small community conversations.
Yeah.
To affect this on a national level is just, or even on a global level, it's going to be the small pockets at a time, right? And so for me, some of my spiral up questions I ask myself all the time is, what's my role in this, right? And what is my best response? And my role in this is to bridge the divide everywhere I can. And it starts from me, right? It's not, you have to come my direction too. No, I just have to go yours. I am not going to lose my position. I'm not going to lose where I stand. Right. But I need to understand where you're coming from. Because I'd like for you to at some point maybe even understand where I'm coming from. And maybe somewhere in there we find these connections. And our differences bring us value instead of pain. When we look at, policies and processes and systems in all of our society, these are complex, messy problems, and it's not a single fix. It's not, hey, let's throw this at it. Everything will be fine. No, it's going to take just some very serious thinking and some really significant civil debate, and really looking at implications far and wide for us to understand these systems in order to make a correction, because we're off. And that's the only way it's going to get better, is we have to work together where we can on systems we can affect, processes we can improve, and hearts that we can mend. And I think that's the answer. And it'll be my lifetime. It'll be my great niece and nephew's lifetimes. I think it'll always be a human struggle, because we are messy.
Yeah.
Humans are messy and challenging, but that's where my role is, right? That's my work.
I think that if you have a business and you're not bringing this lady in to talk, you're missing out. You have a couple of different websites. Which is the best website? If folks want to learn more about you and about you as a speaker, which is the best to go to?
The Spiral of Accountability is where most of my speaking is coming from. That's
okay.
And a part of that is that, this is a little bit of a long story response here, but the impact that the Spiral is having on people is far bigger, wider, deeper than I ever dreamed. And so it has become part of my service to community. But my service to the Spiral as an idea is to get it out there. And so I'm really looking to speak on that. And it has a breadth of application. And so, I would just, I love those opportunities. I can also speak on leadership and all these other things too, but that's really where my focus is for speaking. To know more about me and all the work I do with the assessments and consulting and facilitation and those kinds of things, the Synchronicity website, beinsync.com. The Spiral has its own website because it's its own thing.
Right.
It's bigger than me.
Well, step one, get a copy of the book, spiralofability.com, and they can get it right from there, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
there's a link
that's
there.
the simplest way to be able to do it, and I'm looking forward to the next one.
Yeah, me too. Me too. We'll have to do this more with like a beer in the afternoon outside.
I think that as we're getting into warmer weather, we just won't do it during the snow.
No. I'm not looking forward to that tomorrow at all.
Oh, and a big thanks to Barley's for making good drinks and for making good food. So it's kind of a dual thing we're doing here. We get a food review in, and we get to talk about Spiral of Accountability and everything else, and we get to listen.
It's a good day. It's a really good day.
Car doors getting locked and traffic going by. It's been a great day. So again, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Carol and I sat and talked for a while after we finished recording yesterday and decided this should be our new normal. We should go on location somewhere and do interviews once a month and just sit and talk and have a conversation and bring it to you. So look for those coming up in the future. I personally just love sitting in the sunshine, and it did my soul a wonder, just a ton of good yesterday to be out there. So thanks to Barley's for being so kind to letting us shoot video there yesterday, and also thanks for the great food. It was, as I said earlier, that I had the Greek salad, and I'm just one of my favorites there. GT Motors on Broadway and Council Bluffs has an ever-changing inventory to help get you in a quality used vehicle. Maybe you're looking for a truck, a large or small SUV, a passenger car, maybe even a sports car. GT Motors can help. Check out their inventory at gtmotorscb.com. Be sure to stop by the lot at 21st and Broadway. Vehicles are changing daily. They even provide on-site financing. It's GT Motors, 21st and Broadway in Council Bluffs. When precision, durability, and craftsmanship matter, Foxco Fabrication in Council Bluffs delivers. With custom welding and CNC cutting to large-scale metal fabrication, they bring your vision to life with expert craftsmanship and cutting-edge technology. No job is too big or too small. Foxco Fabrication will build with strength, accuracy, and integrity. So if you need a project done right, visit foxcofab.com. Foxco Fabrication, where metal meets mastery. One more go round with winter, and then hopefully we can get into spring for good. Looks like getting a little bit cold later on tonight, so the snow's sticking around and then staying above freezing for a couple of days, even overnight. That should pretty much take care of things. Cross my fingers, as if I know anything about it. I don't. I'm just witnessing this just the same as everybody else. My meteorology skills finish at that, what they call the old weather rock. Is the rock wet? Then it's raining. Is it cold? Then it's cold. That kind of thing. Wrapping up things for this Wednesday. Thank you so much for being a part of it. My name's Todd Studer. We'll see you again tomorrow morning.